What's going on, everybody? As you know, this is Nathan Payne's Wholesaling Story Time. Now, this takes us back to when I first started, but real quick, I got to check the audio. I got to make sure my audio's set up right. 1 second. I'm going to have to restart this. So if you're watching this live, give me a break. Okay. Audio's good. If you're watching this, let me know where you're watching from. And rewind this back. I'm going to act like I didn't know you're there. It's part of the video, all right? So if you're tuning in, just act like you just popped in. What's going on, everybody? Today, you're here, obviously, for Nathan Payne's Wholesaling Story Time. Tales from the trenches. That's exactly what we're going to be going over today is my experience as a brand new wholesaler, getting deals, giving you guys the truth, because a lot of the stuff out there is not real. A lot of people just talk about their wins. I'm about to tell you guys about my wins, my losses, so you can learn from my experiences, okay? So if you were here on the last week's episode where I told you how we got a deal from working with Dawn and the $19,000 deal that we got from Flyers, and if you're part of our email newsletter, you got the exact template of the flyers that we use, so you can use them yourself if you want. But this week, this deal that I'm about to let you guys know that I did a $28,000 wholesale fee. Sounds great. It was good. Had a lot of ups and downs, and my life was threatened. Okay. And I'm not just exaggerating here. It was really threatened. And I want to let you guys know how to avoid situations like this if you can, and about this crazy deal. Because the deal with Dawn, if you remember the last episode, it went by pretty smooth. We were the worst negotiators ever. We offered more than what the seller asked. So we just walked in that one. We got lucky. This deal that we're going over this week, the $28,000 deal that we got from targeting a specific list, which I'm going to give you the specific list we targeted inside. If you're subscribed to the newsletter, I'm going to give you the exact list we hit. This was not an easy deal, guys. This was like my third or fourth deal when I first started. It was something I've never dealt with, and I'm going to get into everything about it. So let's dive right in. So the year's 2018. Okay, first year I started, documented here, and we targeted a specific list that one of the mentors we had at the time said, "Hey, try this list. It works." So we did it, and we got this lead from it. We ran into a guy named Lee. He had inherited a home. His father had passed away, and he inherited a home, and he was desperate. He was in need of cash. He inherited the home. And unfortunately, guys, this was my first experience in my entire life of dealing with someone that was addicted to meth. Okay. Never dealt with anyone with like that. So, or in that situation. So I don't know. I didn't really know how to navigate this situation. I just, you'll hear in the story, but yes, he was addicted to meth, and it was a very interesting story, which I'm going to lay out with you guys. A lot of challenges. Okay. And nothing like dealing with Dawn, where we sat on the couch with her and her husband and we just came to an agreement. This was not like we just went and had a civilized conversation. This had ups and downs and arguments and threats. It was like negotiating with someone, it's like walking on a tightrope to negotiate this deal. But we were able to negotiate it. So again, if you want the resources, if you want more information about what I'm going to deliver in this story, make sure to subscribe to the newsletter on Nathan Payne's Wholesaling Storytime, Tales from the Trenches. But let's dive right into this. So we meet with this seller, super urgent to get money. And you know why? Okay. He needed money, and he was like, I need to sell this house. I need to make money. I need to get my money right now. So at the time, I wasn't going there to negotiate with the seller. Corey was going with the broker we were working with. So they ended up going to negotiate with Lee multiple times. And I was doing leads management, and they were doing negotiations, acquisitions management. We were bouncing around roles at that time. But anyway, so they're negotiating, and I think they had to go like 7 or 8 times to Lee's house to negotiate. And they ended up finding that he had no money. We ended up buying him groceries so we could help him make it until the day that we closed. And during negotiations with Lee, this is interesting. Corey told me this when he got back. He's like, bro, we were at his house, and on his kitchen table, he had like 20 or 30 mailers from other investors in the area that were interested in buying the house, right? They had sent mail to his house. And Corey was like, hey, Lee, are you planning on calling these other investors to get their offers, or what are you doing? He's like, no, I'm going to work with you guys. So Corey is like, okay, you mind if I take these then? And Lee's like, yeah, that's fine. Take those mailers. So Corey took all the competition, all the mailers from the competition, and he just took them. All right. I think we just looked at the mail pieces to see what they were saying, but that probably saved us getting the deal versus like having a bidding war. But hey, he said it was cool and he was going to work with it. He liked working with us. But anyway, we worked with Lee. We got him groceries. We were able to kind of work out a deal, and he owned the house outright. He had inherited the home. There was no mortgage on it. So the deal that we ended up working out with Lee was that we would take over. We would make him do a creative finance deal where we would make him payments every month. And he liked this because, he didn't want all the money up front where he would just blow it on, unfortunately, drugs. He was like, just give me enough and that'll keep me from blowing it. So we made him payments every month, and we structured a creative finance deal where we gave him a little bit of money up front, made him monthly payments, interest free, right? Just made him monthly payments. And we would pay him off once we were done flipping the home. So me and Corey, they were able to structure the deal. And what happened was, again, guys, this is the very beginning. I did not focus on finding buyers. I focused on, uh, unfortunately, I focused on just finding deals. So when it came time to sell these deals, we didn't have a lot of buyers. So we reached out to Roger, who bought our first deal. And he was, at this point, he was like, you guys got to pay your dues. I'm not paying what really the deal was worth. He's like, you guys, I'm not going to pay that much, because we had a great deal. The house was worth about $500,000, 450. We got it at 215. Again, it was not in good shape. It needed like complete rehab. But Roger, our buyer, was like, nah, I'm not paying you guys as much as the house is worth. And we had a hard time finding someone again in the time that we needed to. So we ended up wholesaling it to the broker, and we wholesaled to him for $28,000. Now, great deal, right? That was the biggest deal we've done at that point. We were stoked. But knowing what I know now, if I would have had buyers, or if I would have known how to flip, I would have definitely kept this deal, because guys, we ended up wholesaling it to the broker, and the broker ended up flipping it and selling it for $500,000. So he made probably about 150,000. We made about 28, which is fine. I'm not like saying, hey, I regret like that he made good money. Good for him. But knowing what I know now, you need good buyers, or you're going to lose out big on some deals. Okay. So we ended up wholesaling the deal, but that's not where the story gets crazy, guys. This is where the story gets crazy. We wanted to ensure that he'd make it to the title company to sign when we were buying the house. So we picked him up. And he shows up. He's an older guy, but he's got like a ball cap, a gold chain. He's looking G'd up from the feet up. And he comes with his girlfriend. We take him to the title company, and as we're driving to title company, he is letting us know the craziest stories, experiences I've ever heard. You think my stories are interesting? He was letting us know when he was homeless and things that he did with the homeless people for fun. He told us, like, as he was a bouncer, how he would take people out. They were crazy and a little inappropriate as well, but I'm not going to get into that. So we get to the title company, and he signs. We sit at the closing table with him, and he signs, and everything's fine. And they let him know, hey, the money will be released within 24, 48 hours. Now, he probably didn't hear the 48 hours part, because the next day, when he did not receive the funds that he was going to get the next day, because apparently maybe the broker didn't fund it on time, or whatever happened, he didn't get the money the next day. He ended up calling me and Corey, cussing us out, saying he was going to kill us. He was going to find us. He was going to take our lives because he didn't get the money immediately. Guys, it was crazy. It was a crazy experience. I've never had my life threatened seriously like that before. And the lesson I wanted you guys to learn is, when you're dealing with situations like this, I've never dealt with someone that, has highs and lows from withdrawals and drugs. You have to keep your distance. You got to be careful, because, in this situation, I think we got a little too close with him and friendly, where he felt like he could talk to us like that. And it was a really interesting experience. But anyway, we were able to get over it. He got the money. It just got wired to him the next day, like within 48 hours, like 2 days after close. And yeah, interesting experience. Definitely nothing like what we had experienced with Dawn, the nice lady with her husband. But look, I wanted to share this experience because you're going to run into situations where people, when we work in this industry, we want to help people that are in situations that need sell fast, quick, easy, and convenient, and they can't sell traditionally. You're going to run into some situations like that, but we handled it the best we could. And what I want to invite all you guys to do is I want to give you a gift of the list that we targeted so we could get this deal done. And if you subscribe to the email, we're going to give you that exact list. You're going to show you exactly how to do it and give you a link where you can get access to it for free. Okay. So you can target it. But I just want to let you guys know that, this game you got, it's not fun. Honestly, like, it's not fun talking about this guy that's was addicted to meth. I hope he's doing great. Shout out to him. Like, prayers go out to him. I hope he's overcome his addiction. It's not fun seeing the withdrawals that he went through. How he was really happy when he was high, and when he was not high and going through withdrawals, he almost looked like he was going to die. It was terrible. And I feel terrible that he had to go through this, but hope he's doing good. And I wish there was more we could do for him. Obviously, that money that he gets from the inherited house, like, that's probably not going to solve his issue. He's probably, hopefully he's gone to rehab. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about that, but look, as you go through this journey, you're going to run into some people. So just do your best to serve them and help them. And, the solution that we came up with him, it did help him because again, he didn't get all the money up front. He wanted that. And we were able to negotiate and work through that deal. Just be careful how close you get when people are running through those highs and lows, because you don't want to get your life threatened. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this today's episode of Wholesaling Story Time with Nathan Payne, Tales from the Trenches. I want to invite you again to subscribe to the newsletter. We're giving away the painless offer calculator that cost me thousands to make and hours to build. I'm going to give that to you for free, along with weekly resources for free, guys. I want to hook you up. Go get it right now. And we will see you next week, where I talk uh, the hoarder that I moved. Personally, I moved her stuff, got in a U-Haul, drove 2 hours away. That's a crazy story. You're going to find out about that next. We'll see you on next week's episode. Peace out. Thanks for joining, and we will see you on the next one. Later, everybody.